Hey guys, James here, back with another video. So today I've got 3 Hoya variable neutral density filters. Now I had no idea that these existed. These are pretty awesome from the videos that I've seen online. Basically it's a neutral density filter that ranges between 1.5 stops to 9 stops. And so basically you screw this onto the obviously the filter ring on your lens, and you're able to vary the stop. That is pretty cool, I think, in my opinion. And I had no idea they existed until I went to buy this Sony a6300 camera. So I bought a few. So the 52 is for my 35 and 50 Nikon. Let's see if I have it lying around for you to see. I got the 35. I'll show you the 35. So this is the Nikon 35. I got a UV filter on it, but yeah, this is the Nikon 35 1.8 lens. I think it's the G, yeah, 1.8G. So that's that. So that 52 is for there. 55 is for the lens that you are looking through right now. So that's for that. I'll be using that outdoors. This is for all outdoor stuff. No other reason for you to use it indoors. And then the 62 is for my macro lens. This bad boy is the macro lens. Yep, the Nikon. The Nikon 105 macro 228. So that's pretty cool. I use this as a portrait lens, not so much as a macro, but more as a portrait lens. So that's it. Let's do it. I'll unbox each of them one by one. They're pretty much exactly the same, obviously just different sizes, but I don't know what to expect. So unboxing it, that's all that comes in the box. Now, okay, so obviously mine is square, but there is retail packaging format inside. So I'm assuming if they wanted to hang it, they would just fold this together. See it? And then that becomes like that. But I'm assuming because they're shipping it to people that they don't need that. So that's interesting. Okay, let's read this out. Hoya variable density filter. Now the reason I went, just quickly, sorry. The reason I went with Hoya is because I guess I've used them before and they're really high quality in my opinion. So kind of brand loyalty. But yeah, actually maybe what I'll do is I'll unbox all of them. Why not? And then I'll put them all out and get a good shot of that. This is the 62. Now they all look the same filter thing, so that's going to be a bit confusing for me as to try and identify which one is which. But yeah, this is pretty much the same. Yeah, so we can put these aside. Let's just read this. All right. Hoya variable density. This filter makes it easy to adjust the brightness of a scene and have more control over the exposure settings of the camera. The filter reduces light transmittance by approximately 1/3 to 140. So 1/400. Sorry. This allows a much greater range of shutter speed and aperture values to be set according to the desired effect. Note: this particular exposure range and light transmittance will vary depending on the situation. When using the filter near or at minimum, I'm thinking that's minimum, a cross-like dark pattern will appear across the image and cannot be eliminated. This is the property of the structure of the filter. So I'm assuming it's probably better not to use it at minimum because they say there's a cross-like dark pattern. So maybe I might only use it at 2.5 stops. So obviously this is for me to go aperture wide open. So on my 35 is to go 1.8 aperture and to basically go all the way and to not be blown out in daylight. Because obviously if you're ISO 100, and because I'm in Australia I shoot 1/100, then there's a limit to how much you can go. I mean, your aperture, if you want that really nice bokeh, then you need a neutral density filter. So this is the case. Pretty nice. It's got a Hoya logo on there, if you can see that. Yeah, there. It's got a circle ring. It does feel a little bit cheap, but that's all right. Now This is like a plastic, and it basically lives on this kind of mesh, kind of foamy-ish thing. I would have thought that it would have lived, because I have another case, and that basically has rings, and every time you put your filter on, it would lock into that ring, and then when you shoved this on top, that would be okay. But I guess this is how they do it nowadays. Now I figure out what this plastic is for. Basically, it's so that the lens doesn't scratch the plastic on the top. So let's just do a quick look at this. There's already my spit on there, so that's not good. See if I can clean that. Yep. All right. Now this is set to. So basically, it's endless. It's an endless ring. So this is maximum open, and let me show you. As I twist it, it blocks the light, and then as I twist it again, it opens. So it's basically unlimited. There's no kind of like you have to go back and forth. Now, min is actually minimum light, not minimum darkness, if that makes sense. So here you can see there's the Hoya variable density, and then there's this dial, and then along that dial there's a min and max. So min is obviously minimum light, so that's maximum stoppage of light, and then that is minimum stoppage of light. So you can see here, you can actually see through it, and then when I move it to max, you can't see anything through it. So that's pretty cool. I'm not exactly sure how this technology works, but it is pretty neat, and I'm really excited to see this, to actually use it in the field. Let's just quickly look. Everything else is the same, obviously, it's just different sizes. It is quite thick, in my opinion, but yeah, it's pretty much the same here. And then I might have to like label them just so that I won't forget which one is which. And obviously this is the thickest of the lenses. So I may release another video kind of showing examples, but what I'll quickly do is I've got a 50, and I'll chuck that variable filter on the 50 now for you guys. So this is my 50, it's 18D, so it's not the fancy new 50, but it is the old 50. So 55. So this is here. Let's chuck this on. So pretty simple, just find the thread and then screw it in. Maybe it is 52. Sorry, it is 52. What am I thinking? That was awkward. I cut that out. Okay, so here, and then basically just thread it through, and then that's it. And then what you do is now you just do that to adjust how much light you want in and out. So that's really nice. Really cool thing by Hoya. I don't know if any other companies have such a technology. Variable density filters. Oh, it's called variable density. That's what it's called. But yeah, really smart move and smart idea by Hoya. I think it's a great invention. And if you're definitely looking for something, if you're looking for neutral density filters, then that's great. Now the downside is that yes, you have to buy one for each different filter thread type. That can be a downside. That can be a downside for some people, but for some people it's not. For me, I kind of needed something really quick, but the fact that it's variable, that is so much better, because what you can do is you can buy like glass plates like this big and you can shove them in front of your lens, and that will work on most lenses. But I found that because you have to buy multiple, it kind of adds up to, in a sense, buying this. And so the fact that you can just change it so quickly is really cool, really cool. So that sold me straight away. The fact that I could change and vary the density, the neutral density of the filter, made me like, yeah, take my money. That's it. So this is going to come in really handy, and I might show some shots and examples. And another thing, sorry, which I wanted to add was that you could actually, instead of having to keep increasing or decreasing your ISO or your shutter speed or your aperture, you could use this. So if you're in bright daylight and you're not too fussed about aperture, yeah, you can just change the exposure really quickly, because exposure changes a lot if there's clouds especially, and so you can just cut it down, open it up, cut it down, open it up. So that's the beauty of this. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. I hope you liked it. Like it if you did, dislike if you disliked this video. Leave a comment below if you have any questions about these filters or anything related to this video, and I'll try to get around to answering those questions and comments as soon as I can. And yeah, if you do want to pick one up for yourself, please use my eBay, Amazon affiliate links. They do really help this channel to grow. Subscribe to see more videos in the future, and I'll see you guys in the next one.